Welcome to DayZ. Almost all players after downloading DayZ will be drawn to official servers. These are the servers hosted by the devs for the community. A lot of players will join official assuming the devs host these servers, so they must be well regulated versus cheaters. Others will join official for a true vanilla experience, and some just don't know of the other options. Today, I'm going to give you 10 things that I think every player on official should know. If you want to play with a friend, all you got to do is respawn at the same time. You could do this via a building, via infected, or via F11. Once you are in purgatory and you're staring at this "you are dead" screen, wait till your friend is also looking at that same screen and click respawn at the same time as your friend, and boom, you'll spawn in what's called a bubble. Essentially, on official DayZ, players respawn within a couple hundred meters of each other at a time. The bubble moves every 10 minutes or so. So if this doesn't work the first time and you respawn but you can't find your buddy, just do it again and try and identify a landmark for you guys to connect to so you could start your adventure off right. You get two characters in official DayZ. This is sectioned by first person and third person, regardless of the map. So essentially, you get one survivor for first person Livonia, Chernarus, and Sakal, and you get one survivor for third person Livonia, Chernarus, and Sakal. So something I will commonly do is if my first person character is in something I don't really want to play at the moment, a little too sweaty or something, I'll load on the third person and get some good gameplay over there. If you change servers, it will also change your location as well. This is to prevent something called ghosting. To explain it plainly, let's say you have a base and I know where it is. Back in the day, I could join an empty official server, go into the location where your base is on the full server, and change back to your server, thus essentially breaking into your base with almost zero effort. The devs remedied this by punishing server switching by spawning you on the coast with an extended timer. Yo, get out of the area you spawn in. Because official is so full of newer players, a lot of people are on the coast. This means a lot of people are sucking up all of the loot in those areas, dying and respawning, then once again attempting to suck up the exact same loot. If you want to become another new player dying on the coast, by all means, stay there, hang out, and die. But if you want to thrive and actually play the game, put your back to the ocean and run far away. Far away. Full pop means full of cheaters. Not really. I play on full pop all the time, and very rarely do I even die to a cheater or something that I could even think may have been a cheater. But in any case, if you really want to lower the chance of you running into a cheater on official servers, which can be a problem sometimes, because of this, I recommend you find a medium to low pop official server to travel on. This greatly reduces the chance of you running into a cheater and also allows you and whoever you're playing with to play a 100% vanilla version of the game how it's intended by the devs. Nothing you're going to find in the game matters more than armor. A lot of new players will be excited by the loot they're finding. Thus, they want more inventory space to hold all this exciting loot, automatically being drawn to like a field vest, a high capacity vest, something like this. But I'm here to tell you that's a recipe for disaster. Armor should be used always in this order. Level 1 is a stab vest. You find this at police stations. Level 2 is a press vest. You can find this all over the place. And level 3 is a plate carrier, where you'll find it like high-end military establishments. Both the police vest and the press vest provide identical defense stats, with 50% damage reduction and 25% shock reduction. The only difference between them being that the press vest gives inventory space and has a higher durability value. But above them all is the plate carrier, with 70% damage reduction and 40% shock reduction. Shock being how quickly you're knocked unconscious, by the way. I want you guys to just take a second to process. 70% damage reduction. That is an insane stat in literally any game I've ever played. I want you to a second apply that to any other game you've played ever. 70% damage reduction, and process how valuable that item would be in that game. That's how valuable it is in DayZ 2. Do not give up your armor for inventory space. You can't hold those items if you're dead. On official DayZ, base building is somewhat unfair to you as the builder. The reason for this being the same ghosting principle we talked about earlier, just applied in a new way. Let's say someone finds your base. They can then log onto a low pop server with lower risk of getting shot while they're looking for raiding supplies, then relog back into your server with all those raiding supplies that they got from the other one and blow up your base. That's why often bases on official don't last long. There are people gaming the system, wanting to raid you and doing some scummy act in order to gather the resource for it. If you want to build a base, I highly recommend you do it on community. Not only for this, but also because vanilla base building kinda sucks. Stashes are a much more reliable source of inventory storage than a base can be, and it takes way less effort and oftentimes lasts longer too. You can bury a variety of different backpacks, all kinds of different boxes, and even dry water bags. You can use any of the digging tools listed here to bury them and keep the goods for yourself hidden away. And if you really want a secret to keeping your stash hidden, you can cut down a tree or a bush, then bury it underneath. When the server restarts, the tree or the bush will load back in and your stash will be hidden underneath it. Just don't forget where you put it, and also bring an axe to cut down that tree when you're trying to dig it back up. Making friends is so much easier on official, in my experience, than anywhere else. A lot of new players means a lot of skeptical friendships waiting to happen. Talk to people early on in your life before you've invested hours of time and make a bond. If you try and befriend someone at Northwest Airfield after 3 hours of gameplay, they're going to be much more hesitant to have a cookout with you than if you talk to them 20 seconds after they spawned in. Lastly, I want to tell you, play how you want. There's going to be a bunch of people saying you shouldn't camp, you shouldn't kill new spawns, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Do whatever you want. Did you purchase this game? Did you spend money to enjoy this thing on your time off, away from work, away from all the craziness of life? Play how you want. Stop processing how you think someone else will judge you for how you're playing, and do exactly what you want. And I guess to really sum up that message, I want to sign off with be good to each other out there. Or don't.